as they are batting first. They know what exactly happened while batting first. In fact, the captains of both the sides were pretty clear that this is a second batting track. First batting would be a big challenge. But whereas Koti from Kovai Thunders told that even 100 would be a winning total while batting first. As a skipper from Ariyallur, known for his impactful batting performance as well as a quick fire fast bowler, typically a new ball bowler too. That's what he's doing as his regular strong zone. Swinging and couldn't get the control that he's looking for. Both Muni and Ram are yet to get off the mark as quite a few extras fill the momentum, couple of wides before starting things off. Straight away gets off the mark with that single Muni. Oh, that's direct hit. Good work from the fielder. That's the kind of agility that the cricketers were having here. Especially with the fast bowling unit, it seems to be packed unit, so we could see a lot more drama waiting. That you could see over the course of this game. Muttarasu, Gopinath. Now Santosh is bowling. Rajmahesh Pillai is a medium pacer, left arm medium pacer. So many top quality fast bowlers, especially this trio. Muttarasu, Santosh Kumar and Gopinath. They've been top quality cricketers for the national side, and all of them playing together for one franchisee. Imagine the kind of power they could produce. The beauty about these three trios, they're not just about the fast bowlers. They bat really well. Sandy is a wonderful batter. Gopinath bats well. Muttarasu could bat well. So this provides an all-round approach from them. And along with that, you're having Rajmahesh Pillai, who could consolidate the innings. Sunmaker will be the pick of the batter. Will be batting at the top. Properly bounded side with all the areas covered. Will be a tough battle for Kovai Thunders. Whereas when you take Kovai Thunders, there have been few players that we could watch in the second innings. Swing and a miss. This is the delightful condition for the fast bowlers. We all judged it wrongly, but Santosh Kumar told that he had this clear idea that this wicket is going to help him pick wickets. This wicket is going to help the fast bowlers do well. It seems there has been a huge hardness on the surface. We thought that if it is the hot and humid conditions, the dryness might crack the wickets and it might weaken out the soil. But it is breezy condition. The hotness doesn't impact the condition. So hard surface is still there that supports the fast bowlers well. Let's end up first over 4 for no loss. That's for sure. Gopinath with the ball. Everyone who follows Tamil Nadu para cricket will exactly know that Gopinath and Sandy will be new ball bowlers, and in the middle they'll be bringing up Muttarasu, who's a hit the deck bowler. Speaking about Gopinath, fast bowler, hails from Theni district. Excellent performer. Whereas Santosh Kumar is a hometown boy. He is from Ariyallur district. Inviting the batter to go for the cover drive. 2 slips in position. With the kind of pace in which Gopinath bowls, you must have 2 slip fielders, first and second, and there is a wider third man in position. You can allow maximum of 2 fielders outside the circle. You can't imagine they are playing with only 1 fielder on the leg side. Mid on inside the circle and rest of the fielders on the offside. That shows the kind of confidence that Gopinath has. So the batters could probably walk forward and flick it away to the onside. Even if it missed times, nobody there to catch the ball. Bit of risky approach, but still they are trying to go with that. No fielders on the leg side, only one who is also standing at mid-on. Bit of straightish to the bowler. One loose delivery onto the stumps, the batters could flick it away to the boundary. I'm not sure whether the batters were aware of this particular gap. Strong shouts turning down the leg. This time he was trying to attack the stumps but couldn't pull that away. Raj Mahesh Pillai, ex-skipper of Tamil Nadu, been the support system of Tamil Nadu para cricket side. His attitude was like that. He'll never give up. He'll always fight till then. That we've seen in plenty of games. That support system should always be there in the dressing room. He was one among those cricketers who are fighting really hard to gain that recognition for cricketers, and this is where we are sitting. The live streaming and cricket commentary is happening over there. Subscribe to MSA live streamers. Swing and a miss, couldn't get the connection that he is looking for. And speaking about the spirit of Raj Mahesh Pillai, his journey was quite impressive. Like every other cricketers of para cricket were facing so many challenges outside the ground. But when they enter into this field, the vibe is completely different. Few of them were having kids, few of them were married. And Raj Mahesh Pillai, who denied his marriage for this particular purpose to gain recognition for para cricket, he's already 33 plus. So it's not about his particular career, it's about the young talents who are booming in para cricket. He wants to find ways for them. He, along with other committee members of Tamil Nadu Physically Challenged Cricket Association and the rest of the association of other states, were fighting hard to gain that recognition, to make a pay structure, to make it a proper career for the para cricketers. If it happens, so many pressure will be relieved for them. Raj Mahesh Pillai might be retiring in few years, but the kind of impact that he is planning for is for the future generation. Someone like Harish, who bowls really well. Imagine if he gets paid for cricket, for para cricket, then his career is sorted. I think India could be able to make it. We'll speak about a lot about that. 6 for no loss. Hit to get off the mark, Ram MSD. We gotta speak a lot about the personal stuffs about the para cricketers too. That's why I mentioned about Raj Mahesh Pillai. He's from Ariyalur district, and along with that, many cricketers were struggling out of poverty, were struggling to earn money. Some of them are working, they couldn't put leave to come out to play this match. So these were the situation of para cricketers out now. To handle the personal work pressure, personal life pressure, financial pressure, they can't focus full on cricket. but still they are providing such entertainments. Sandy is having an emotional story. Like every other cricketer you watch in this ground, 90% of them were facing emotional stories, emotional traumas. But that could be sorted in a couple of years. That's the path that they're focusing on. They've been reaching out to right people, they've been conducting right tournaments. Even this year's calendar, I mentioned about this in the first match too. Oh, that's going past the wicketkeeper. No chance for the third man to stop that, going for boundary. A welcome boundary and a much needed boundary at this point of time. Santosh must be very conscious on his line and length. And we've been speaking about the calendar of this year. Indian Para Cricket League season number 2 is also there on the calendar. It will be conducted at Coimbatore by August or July 2025, and by December there is an international series is also going to be happen at Salem. So the calendar is pretty much packed, and every 2 months gap there will be a cricket tournament, there will be a cricket series. He's one among those cricketers who are fighting really hard to gain the recognition of cricketers, and this is where we are sitting, the live streaming. Trying to push it over there. That's been good pick of the gap, and the placement looks out to be perfect. We'll be gaining a couple of runs on the board as Ram MSD got off the mark with that boundary. Now getting a couple of runs on the board, taking some time in the middle. I think this was the mistake happened for Kanchi invaders. They never know how the pitch condition exactly reacts, so they try to put on the bat and try to play some risky stroke makings early in the innings and lost some wickets in the power play. But whereas when you look at the way how Kovai Thunders were batting, bit of miscommunication. That's quite good under control. They were not taking any risks out of the control. They know this condition is tricky. If you throw your bat, you might lose your wicket to fast bowlers. So they were sacrificing the run rate. And that's why it's pretty much important for them to carry on same momentum rather than focusing on the run rate. It's pretty much important to focus on not losing a wicket in the power play, especially to the mainstream bowlers like Gopinath or Santosh or obviously Muttarasu. If the wicket doesn't fall, straight away Sandy must be bringing on Muttarasu to pick up the breakthrough. But if you survive for the first 5 to 6 overs, then the partnership will get some rhythm. The batters would have got some control on the game. Then you could start scoring runs on the board. Then you could start finding the gaps. That's how it used to work. Good catch taken. That finds the fielders, and Muttarasu, the fielder, doesn't make much mistakes on the field. And these were easy pickings for him. Santosh Kumar gets his first wicket. Muniappan, the batter, being dismissed. That's been this one being bowled outside the off stump as Muniappan trying to squeeze it to the point direction. Gets thickish outside range and finds the fielder Muttarasu at the short third man. First breakthrough is here. Continues out to bowl Gopinath. Sandy might be taking some rest from here as he picked up the wicket that they are looking for. Now they might be bringing on Muttarasu at the pavilion end to replace him, as they have also preserved some over for Sandy to bowl at the death overs. But we gotta wait and watch. As things were getting quite good under control, Mani Silva, the new batter, comes in at number 3. Swing and a miss as it started finding Muttarasu. He's having that wicket-taking nag, Muttarasu. Plenty of times we've seen Gopinath and Sandy partnership sometimes fail to pick wickets in the power play. And straight away Muttarasu comes in the 5th over, starts picking wickets. This used to happen at regular interval of time. But anyway, this is completely packed bowling unit. If you wait for Sandy Gopinath to complete their spell, you'll get Muttarasu. If you wait until Muttarasu completes his spell, you'll get Raj Mahesh Pillai to be bowled. So there have been package of good bowlers out there. You can't wait for a loose bowler to come on. You have to challenge the power pack bowlers, but with a calculated risk. You can't take much of unwanted risk at the middle of the game. There will be times where you can't take such risks at the death overs. But as of now, you have to take some calculated risk, cutting the ball to the point direction, playing that cover drive when it is in your control, and rotating the strike in a regular interval of time. These kind of approaches might put you into the game with proper alignment. But couple of dot balls without scoring runs on the board will push the batters under pressure to take some wrong decisions, and it will also boost the confidence of a bowler. I want to elaborate about the length of Gopinath. Oh, that's high in the air. Fell short of the fielder. No chance of that being a single. Hope things were quite good under control. Trying to find the aerial route, Ram. Couple of dot balls, straight away the batter's mindset changes. That's what I mentioned. Dot balls will always push the batters under pressure to take some wrong decisions. Ram straight away took that wrong decision of trying to go over the mid-off fielder. Sandy is standing at the covers. Most of them were tall fielders that you can't go over the head of the fielders unless you get it properly connected. This time the connection seems to be perfect. There's no chance for mid-on fielder to stop that going for boundary. A much needed boundary that eases out the pressure for both Kovai Thunders as well as Ram MSD. He's batting really well, opening up his front foot and swinging the bat with proper rhythm. That's what I mentioned early in this over, that Gopinath's length is changing ball by ball, is getting closer to the batter one after the other. The first couple of deliveries went on to be back of length outside the off stump, and then he started getting closer to the batter. He started hitting the batter, which lets the batter to express themselves. This is the length Gopinath supposed to bowl, which never lets Ram MSD to score boundaries at mid-on or mid-off. Gopinath is in his mid-30s. Not easy for a fast bowler to cope up with. He's married, he's having kids, he's having some other professions to carry on. Along with that, he's following his passion too. Imagine the kind of intensity that he's providing with the ball. Like a professional fast bowler. He's a professional fast bowler for sure, but that energy can't be provided unless if you are a professional cricketer, full-time cricketer. But having a family, having personal issues, having so many responsibilities to carry on, being a fast bowler is not an easy task, especially if you are into your 30s. But he's such cricketers who will always give that 200%. There are a few cricketers who will cry if they couldn't win the game, if they give their 100% and things were not providing the result that they're looking for. Gopinath is one among those cricketers. It will emotionally impact him. I've shared room with him. If he doesn't bowl well on that day, his sleep will be bothered. He'll have sleepless nights thinking about the performance he had. excellent over coming to an end. 4 overs completed, 20 for 1. Onto the pads. Raw pace it is from Sandy. Certain cricketers were emotional cricketers. I spoke a lot about Sandy's emotional approach. Typically, practical approaches will be helpful for successful cricketers. Cricketers like Mahendra Singh Dhoni were super practical, never take things emotionally. Even if the entire crowd, 1 lakh people, shouts for sixer, he'll assess the game. He'll hit the sixer only if it is needed. Beautiful shot from Ram as it beats the fielder and reaches out the boundary ropes. Excellent stroke making. He's trying for finding boundary ropes every over. That eases out the pressure for the rest of the batters to exceptional stroke making. Ram MSD. And speaking about this practical approach, you should never get carried away. You should never take emotional decisions that won't work on a cricket field. But when it comes to Sandy's case, he's more of an emotional cricketer. It's a different debate whether it's right or not wrong, but he used to apply this, especially when a batter scores a boundary or a sixer against him. The ego of that particular fast bowler, the ego of Sandy will get triggered. He'll come back with a 200% better delivery. He'll take things personally. If he failed to win match, he'll try to give 200% in the next game. That's the kind of approach he used to have. He'll always have this emotional bonding with the game. Again, it's a different approach. Whether it's right or wrong, that's a different debate altogether. But that's what the kind of approach he used to have on his game. But as being a skipper, I'll prefer practical approach. Will also be that on a pressure situation, you have to understand the game condition to take some decisions. And that point of time, you can't take emotional decision. As being a bowler, you can just go for a Yorker without thinking twice. But as being a captain, you have to think twice before taking up any decision. The airport is nearby. As you could see, the flights flying pretty closer to us. That's what the picture you're watching on screen. Indigo it is. Happy journey to everyone. Beautiful through the covers without any foot movement in control. Good start from the fielder. I really love the approach of Kovai Thunders. Just waiting for the right ball to punish, not reacting to all the balls. That's end of power play. In fact, end of 5 overs. That's 26 for 1. One more to complete the power play. spinner into the attack. As that's high in the air, goes over the mid-on fielder. Beautiful stroke making, and that's pretty much enough to cross over the boundary ropes. Surprising to see they're not coming up with Muttarasu or even Raj Mahesh Pillai. Trying to move with the spinner straight away that gets the punishment that it requires. When you keenly observe the past couple of overs, every over got a boundary and the batters getting themselves comfortable in these conditions. That is pretty much important. The reason I praise them is not because of the run rate, though that is low. They prefer to not lose much wickets in the power play. That is pretty much important. The first priority would be not to lose the wicket. When you look at the game between Kanji and Trichy, both the team have lost early wickets in the power play. This condition is something that picks early wickets in the power play. New ball fetches wickets. There have been a purchase. So at that point of time, if you stay constant, calm and composed batting display, then you could eventually make it up in the middle overs. Vivek the bowler, using spinners to get that wicket-taking nag. But I feel that Muttarasu would be the right prospect to finish the power play. Anyway, finishing things off with a spinner. It's not about the footwork from Mani Selva. He can't bring out a lot of impactful footwork, but he could play a stroke without giving that footwork in control. These were lucky runs on the board here for Mani Selva that hits the boundary banner. In fact, doesn't reach. Clean ball as the stumps were flying off. This might be the reason for bringing up a spinner into the game. Ram was looking out to be quite good against the fast bowlers. He was using the pace really well. Change of pace worked out as Ram tried to go for a slog sweep that doesn't work in his favour. Vivek gets his first breakthrough. This was that replay of that dismissal. A typical off spinners delayed for a left-handed batter, but Ram was quite desperate on that slog sweep and lost his way in the middle. 31 for 2 it is. Koti, the skipper himself, in at number 4. While speaking at the toss, he said he was also decided to bowl first if he won the toss. Unfortunately, put on to bat first, but said that 100 would also be a defined total to win the game here. Good observation, but we got to wait and watch on how 100 is going to help them out today. That's end of power play. Post power play, the fielders could be spreaded. Sweeper cover, long off, long on, deep mid wicket in position. And they're having 5 fielders inside the circle. With Raj Mahesh Pillai with the ball. Shot third man. Backward point, extra covers. And shot fine leg inside the circle.
Batting.
Glides it behind. And that turns out to be lucky runs. Warm welcome here for Raj Mahesh Pillai with a boundary. As that turns out to be quite good under control. That white +4, that is signals the on-field umpire. Conceding 5 runs without bowling anything. Trying to bowl round the wicket, Raj Mahesh Pillai. He's someone who plays a lot with pace variation. He'll bowl a lot of slower ones, bowl a lot of quicker ones, surprisingly. Sometimes 5 slower balls and the 6th ball will be quicker. Sometimes 5 fast bowling deliveries on the last ball will be slower. You can't predict what's running on his mind. That's the biggest strength of Raj Mahesh Pillai. The change of pace, the pace variation that he has have proved to be successful in the past couple of games. There are many times in the middle overs, even if the team does well in the power play, Raj Mahesh Pillai comes in and straight away stops the run rate. But still no signs of Muttarasu getting in over. Seems like Muttarasu was preserved for death overs. With the way how Bumrah was used by Rohit Sharma and Hardik Pandya. Been a hard-working side. In fact, to be very honest, the scaffoldings for the camera coverage, the boundary banners, the boundary ropes and pitch overviews, everything was taken control by these players, the para cricketers. Until yesterday night at 10:30 p.m. they were here in this venue for the ground preparations. That's the kind of struggle that they're going through. They are the organizing committee. They are the one who are searching for sponsors. They're doing everything and also playing the game. If these kind of responsibility pressures got relieved, it would be much better for the players to come in, practice and play. That's what the player is supposed to do. Rather than taking on the external pressures, whether the food arrived on time, whether the vehicle arrived on time, whether the ground is ready. If these kind of pressure hit on the mindset of the cricketers, it's pretty hard for them to carry on every responsibility. That adds a lot more pressure for them. As they were trying to keep up the momentum. Extra bounce is pushing the batters under pressure. They couldn't pick the gap to take the runs on the board. But Mani Selva somehow managed to play it without using footwork much. At 7 overs completed 41 for 2. Swing and a miss. Continues up to bowl. bit of quicker delivery. Like he couldn't keep up the momentum going high. Vivek continues up to bowl. The skipper takes some time in the middle. But if they carry on with the same momentum, they could eventually reach out to 120 or 130, which might also be a winning total. But this man trying to shift up the gears to the next level, plays through the covers for a boundary. First boundary for the skipper. As Koti places through the covers. Bit of fuller length outside the off stump. That's more than enough for Koti to splash through the covers. Through the covers to get the single to be rotated. As things were quite good under control, but hard to run between the wickets. They should be pretty conscious on their running between the wickets. Both Koti and Mani Selva. Through the covers, couldn't stop that going for boundary. He stopped that going for boundary, in fact. Raj Mahesh Pillai was the fielder. That's dot ball to end the over. Continues up to bowl Raj Mahesh Pillai. Swing and a miss, couldn't get the elevation. As things were quite good under control. As it is quite good under control. Squeezes through the covers. Beautiful stroke making, and the timing says it all as it reaches out the boundary ropes.
Batting.
It's too good under control with the way how it is being copied over there. And the placement looks out to be perfect. That's the beauty of Mani Silva. Though it's not about the footwork, he somehow manages to play a smooth flow of drives. Oh, this time hits the leg stump away. Good revenge taken by Raj Mahesh Pillai and gets the breakthrough that the team was looking for a very long time. And finally, Mani Silva's wicket have been gone as he's walking back to the pavilion for 13 runs. It's 51 for 3. Into the pad straight away to the new batter. Kote Sare, the new batter, comes in at number 5. Will be much crucial phase this have been. From this over to the 15th over, it is going to be more crucial for Kovai to not lose much wickets. As if they lose a couple of wickets in this phase, the intent will be that from Ariyalur, they'll be trying to pick more wickets in the middle overs. We'll speak a lot about that in the next over. That's 9 overs completed, 51 for 3. As it turns out to be quite good under control. Swings and got the connection better. Fortunately, it didn't find the fielder at long on, but this turns out to be a risky approach as Vivek continues out to bowl his third over. As things were quite good under control. Swing and a miss. Will be a different pressure altogether. It's not easy for the batters to tackle such pressures, especially when you're new to the crease. You'll be expecting to get some time in the middle before going for any big shots. You need to have proper planning. That's why it's not good to lose wickets in the middle overs. If you lose wickets in the middle overs, you have to start things freshly again. That might slow down the process of you scoring runs on the board. That is the reason why teams like Ariyalur were trying to pick wickets in the middle overs. Swing and a miss. He's trying to play it through the covers. That's a dot ball to end the over. 54 for 3. Continues to bowl Raj Mahesh Pillai. No change in spells, no signs of Mutharasu getting the ball. Good swing, couldn't get the connection. Seems like he'll be a big hitter. Koti. Now all they need is Koti Sarian to get himself well into these conditions. He's playing without helmets, and Raj Mahesh Pillai could be able to extract a bit of extra bounce than the rest of the bowlers. He's a bit tall bowler, and with the kind of release that he is giving on, will naturally extract extra bounce over there. as things were quite good under control, trying to rotate the strike in a regular interval of time. As this turns out to be a little bit of pressure even for Koti, whether to rotate the strike or to go for a couple of runs with even numbers so that we could get the strike back. Swing and a miss, as things were getting some pressure. Moments were turning out to be precious. Change of lens here, as Raj Mahesh Pillai is trying to manipulate the mindset of the batters, not letting them to easily rotate the strike, not letting them to easily score runs. You have to think a lot, you have to prepare a lot before facing his every ball. And this time the stumps are flying off. Couldn't believe this, Kovai Thunders, but unfortunately that's the story. Is Raj Mahesh Pillai gets another one. And a much needed breakthrough at this point of time. It's 57 for 4. Straight away a nail biting Yorker onto the off stump line. It's 57 for 4. Kovai Thunders walks back to the pavilion. Swing and a miss. Surya, the new batter, Vanda versus Surya. And at number 6 for Kovai Thunders, the third ball to end the over, 58 for 4. Continues out to bowl. Swing and a miss. New bowler into the attack. Tamil, the other spinner, being the 5th bowler. So far 3 fast bowlers and 2 spinners were being used today. No signs of Muttarasu. Will be change of approach here and test of patience for Koti. With spinners bowling, sometimes the batters might get carried away, but this is not that phase. where he could try going for big shots. So this will test the patience of Koti, how long he could resist himself from going for big shots. Not much easier one, as things were quite good under control. Trying to invade the stumps, Tamil ball of the ball. That doesn't let the batters to score runs easily. Swings and got the connection better, but couldn't create the momentum that he's looking for. Much better length, as things are quite good under control. "61 for 4 it is, with 2 to end the over. That's high in the air, but goes over the fielder's head. Lucky runs here for Koti, gets the boundary, but still it's a risky approach. Imagine if Koti loses his wicket by now. The entire process of scoring runs on the board might get damaged. They should be keeping this in mind. There should be some conscious approaches before taking up any decision in the middle overs. Dot ball to end the over. 65 for 4. Clean bowl, another one, another time stumps were flying off. Raj Mahesh Pillai doesn't like these 3 stumps standing together. Picking up those every single time he bowls. This is 3rd time for him, as he gets his 3rd wicket. It's 65 for 6. Live streaming, there you could see the systems, everything, the setups. That's where the MSA live streaming were capturing the great moments of the game. As of now, this seems to be the hot moment. The player doesn't like him to be featured, walks away. Subhash, the new batter, comes in at number 7. And this is where Raj Mahesh Pillai brings a huge difference in the game. Came in at the middle overs, picked up 3 wickets, collapsed the entire basement of the batting unit. Now only big hope for them is Koti. Subhash, the new batter. Swings and couldn't get the elevation that he is looking for, but will be fetching a couple of runs on the board. But Koti denies the runs. Shocking to see such things happening in the middle. No runs ran for this. If any run they've earned for this would be that extra. Continues up to bowl Raj Mahesh Pillai. Thickish outside edge. as it beats up the fielders. Tamil chases down the ball. Can they be able to run the second run? Subhash wanted the second. Denies that second run Koti as he wants to strike against the prime bowler. Will be interesting to see this battle. Koti facing off Raj Mahesh Pillai. The set batter facing off the set bowler. As it's travelling, rolls down and reaches out the boundary ropes. Easy pickings for Koti to score that boundary. Once again, this turns out to be an important boundary where you could unsettle the bowler as well as you could focus on the run rate. Psychologically, these boundaries at a risky phase of the game might boost a lot more confidence for the batting side, especially for Kovai Thunders. Go straight, and that seems to be quite a bit decent approach. Will be just a single. As that turns out to be quite good under control. Single to end the over. Turns out to be quite good under control. Starts off with a single. Swings, that's high in the air. Fielder under the ball, and that is taken. If one fielder could be able to pick this up, that would be Gopinath. He's very good at taking those height catches, especially with the way how he adjusted himself at the boundary ropes. That shows the kind of quality that they have. This was that catch, not an easy one, as it pushes him behind, and he was having that conscious measure on where the boundary ropes are. Excellent catch taken, and that's the story of Koti coming to an end as the skipper walks back to the pavilion. Tamil gets his first one. New batter came into the crease. Came in at number 8. Tossed up delivery, that's more than enough for the batters to pick it up for the boundary ropes. As the fielders chasing down the ball and no chance for them to stop that going for boundary. Another much needed boundary. As Vairavan, the new batter, came in at number 8 to accompany Subhash. Quicker one. Gets in good control over there. Will be just a single. Finally, the bowler, he's speaking about Muttarasu, gets the ball. He's out here to bowl the 15th over. Straight away, he could be able to bowl 15, 17, 19. Only 3 overs possible. It's quite good under control. Starting things off with a couple of dot balls over there. Punches through the covers. Good stop from the fielder. Raj Mahesh Pillai it is. Will be just a single. Turns out to be quite good under control. Couldn't make huge impact out of it. That's turning out to be a little bit of pressure out there. That's high in the air, goes behind. And good stop from third man to stop that going for boundary. $82 for 6. One more flying out there. These pictures you could see. There is a railway track behind, trains for passing by, airport nearby, flights for flying. Huge accessibility to the southernmost region of Trichy at this venue particularly. These were providing a lot more entertainment when the ground fails to do. Continues up to bowl Tamil. 1 for 14. Picked up a wicket in his previous over. As this turns out to be quite good under control. It's also about finger spinners doing well for the side. With the way how Vivek and Tamil were bowling, though it's not much of wicket taking spell, they've created huge pressure on one end, which led Rajmahesh Pillai to purchase something out there on the other. Not much impactful over there. Turning out to be pretty decent over. Trying to rotate the strike and give it back to the other one. That's high in the air. Goes over the mid-off fielder. And no chance for Kishore to grab that catch. Which eventually goes to boundary to beautiful stroke making. That is from Vairavan. Not an easy one to play such strokes against an off spinner with only bottom hand in control. Going over mid-off fielder. Another one this time goes over the bowler's head. Not much better connection. Will be just a single. Sixteen completed, 89 for 6. Single at long off. Continues up to bowl Muttarasu. It's 90 for 6 as of now. With just 23 more balls to the end of first innings. Swing and a miss. Couldn't get much elevation over there. This time gets the connection better. It's a picture perfect stroke making to go for the boundary ropes. Subhash connects it well and proper bottom hand domination, using the pace of the ball to go for that boundary. Just look at the bottom hand. Beautiful stroke making. And straight away not get carried away with the boundary scored. These were some mindset, the alpha mindset that sets the batters to be out in control. Swing and a miss. High in the air, and that puts down by the fielder. Surprisingly, it is Gopinath, it seems, but not an easy one. Pretty sure that tried his best, Gopinath. As that turns out to be the end of this over. This was that catch of Vairavan. End of 17. It's 96 for 6. Strong shouts as Vivek continues up to bowl 1 wicket for him as he's bowling his last over. And that's wicket over there. Gets another one, Vivek. As finally Vairavan's innings coming to an end. Sudhakar, the new batter. 96 for 7 it is. So for 2 wickets for Vivek with 3 more to complete his spell. Turns out to be quite good under control. Gets out the mark with that single, Sudhakar. Now it's the responsibility of Subhash to focus anything more than 120. Swing and a miss, couldn't get much control over there. Dot ball to end the over. .97 for 7. With just 11 balls to finish things off in the first innings. The big fish would be Sunmaker. He's a very busy campaigner. If he starts going, things will go out of the control. As things were quite good under control. Trying to consolidate things under control. And getting those singles over there. Moves forward. Good adjustments from Uttarasu, trying to bowl that back off length delivery. Sweeper cover standing halfway as the batters trying to cut it away to the point direction. Big observation over there. Only 3 fielders are standing inside the 30th circle. Good call over there from the fielder. Tamir and Sunmaker have stopped the bowler and ensured that they're having 4 fielders inside the circle. Continues up to bowl Gopi. Onto the path straight away as it's missing down the leg, not even appealing for that. Gopinath looks out to be furious to not let any singles easily. As past couple of overs are not much productive here for Kovai Thunders, but they might be pretty happy with what they've posted in the scoreboard, that there is something to fight on in the second innings. Goes behind and reaches out to the boundary ropes. Much needed boundary at this point of time, as this turns out to be 100 up here for Kovai Thunders, the triple digit mark. A psychologically good number that's going to let them fight in the second innings. End of 19 overs. Now into the last over. Spinner to finish things off. Tamil with the ball. By rounding up things over there, Sandy is not completing his spell today. And obviously Muttarazu is not completing his spell today. The one who are completing their spells were these two spinners. In fact, both Vivek and Tamil along with Raj Mahesh Pillai, who picked up 3 wickets today. Easy pickings for the wicketkeeper behind the stump. Sunmaker was the wicketkeeper. And that brings up the story to an end, as Subhash the batter being dismissed and walking back to the pavilion. 103 for 8 it is. As this turned out to be quicker arm ball with extra bounce, that Subhash couldn't read it well as he was already halfway out of the crease. Santosh Kumar completed 3 overs, Gopinath completed 3 overs, Muttarasu completed 2 overs. All these batters couldn't complete their spell today. Turns out to be a wide ball. Strong shouts and the fingers were going up. Third wicket for Tamil today. As the last over is turning out to be an over of dismissals, with one after the other fetching up the wickets. That's wicket number 9. As the new batter came in, couldn't create any impact and straight away walking back to the pavilion. Final batter. Radhakrishnan, the last batter. 104 for 9. With one ball to finish things off in the first innings. 3 wickets for Tamil so far. As Radhakrishnan glides it. As that turns out to be just a single to end the first innings. As the first innings gets completed, 105 for 9 at the end of 20 overs is the end total here. Especially with the bowling performance, Raj Mahesh Pillai picked up 3 wickets today. Along with him, Tamil picked up 3 wickets today. These two bowlers have been the pick of the bowlers along with Sandy and Gopinath at the initial phase of the innings. And in the middle overs, Muttarasu and Vivek have also bowled really well. Good quality performance. With the bat, we've seen a couple of batters did well. Ram, Maniselva, Koti, Subhash and Vairavan. But couldn't take the innings to the next level. At a point of time, they've lost that wicket. That's one of those reasons. This turns out to be 105 for 9. Whether this is a winning total or not, for that we have to wait and watch for the second innings. Stay tuned with us. The second innings, starting things off with the boundary straight away. That's his style. That's the brand of cricket he plays. Sunmaker giving a grand start to his side's batting. Grand Galaxy Arielu are getting off the mark with the boundary along with Sunmaker. Dureraj with the ball as the target. It's a bit challenging one, but it's up to the way how they're going to cope with the pressure, especially with the way how they're going to handle Sunmaker, who's a busy cricketer. If he goes on, he could be able to finish things off before 14th over. Muttarasu opens the innings here along with Sunmaker, who's also a busy cricketer. With full of fearless approaches, this seems to be quite good under control. Deep mid wicket and long on in position at deep. Rest of the field is inside the 30th circle. No third man. Toss ball that's connected well to the mid wicket region. Goes to the boundary. As both the batters getting off the mark straight away with the boundary on the first ball. As you could see, viewers celebrating this game. TNPCL, Tamil Nadu Para Cricket League. There have been a huge viewership out there. As time goes, early in the morning we didn't see much of viewers, but as time flows we could see people arriving to the ground. It seems to be quite good under control. Just little got carried away with the boundary, trying to play with the bottom hand domination.
Camera தெரியுதுடா ராஜ் பாலாஜி. ஸ்ரீ உன்னோட கேமரா என்னடா இன்னும் தெரியலடா ஸ்ரீ.
Tossed up delivery that goes straight. That is a fielder at long on. Nobody could get boundary for that. Will be just a single. Vairavan it seems. One more. What we could say is Indica today. Indigo. Striving for singles here and there. Sunmaker and Muttarasu completing the first over with 11 for no loss. Setting up his fielders ready. Subhash with the ball. Straight away moving up with the medium pacer, it seems, as the wicketkeeper was not standing closer to the stumps. Mid on, mid wicket, and short square leg inside the circle. Sweeper cover at the deep was the only fielder outside the circle. Seems like Sunmaker is in good sound. He seems to be rhythmic. That he want to try attacking new bowlers, especially if they are slower bowlers. One thing is pretty sure that fast bowlers are enjoying here. Catches the call as the extra covers were standing at deep, covering long off too. Will be just a single. So sweeper cover and long off in position, with the fielder standing as close to the extra covers region. Swing and a miss. Couldn't get much control over there. Much better one from Subhash. Hope he's okay. That will surely hurt him, but what matters the most is to contain from scoring runs. Another one straight down the ground. Finds long off. He's bowling really well. Since there is a huge gap on the onside, still the batter is preferring to play it long off where there is a fielder. He's not letting the batters to find at the leg side. Even with this, Sunmaker slightly got carried away to play it through the covers. One over the other. Single to end the over. As that's 16 for no loss. Picks the gap as the placement looks out to be perfect. They've been running casually, but it's rolling and somehow reaches out the boundary ropes. Comfortable stroke making save from Sunmaker. He's finding it easy to fetch boundaries out there. Continues up to go with dot ball. Mani Silva, the new bowler. One after the other, new bowlers being introduced. All they need is that early breakthrough. This is a fighting total where you have to get things under your control. You have to pick wickets in a regular interval of time. Long on fielder is there, but no chance for him to stop that going for boundary. Should have tried to stop that as a single, but he was planning to go for a catch. Unfortunately, that went for boundary. Little bit of animated Sunmaker batting this is. He wants to act busy. He don't want to plan this innings. He don't want to stay comfortable. Only intent is to go for big shots. Only intent is to go for boundaries. At the mid-off region, easy pickings one more time as it hits the boundary tires. This man bats. He is in good commands. It's like playing a music. When Sunmaker and Sendil bats together, it will be more dramatic to watch out for. That's what we could witness in the third game today. As Stritchy is taking on Arielur. 3 overs completed, 28 for no loss. Picks the gap and the placement looks out to be perfect. Easy pickings for Sunmaker as he went under the ball to control it, to play it at the square leg region, swept it well, and that's 32 for no loss. Koti with the ball, the skipper gets the ball. 3 overs, 3 different bowlers. Now the 4th over, 4th different bowler comes into the crease. Not a bad idea. Sometimes some skippers believe that shuffling bowlers in the power play might give them good idea on what needs to be done in the post power play session, where the wickets needs to be taken in the middle overs. Captains like Owen Morgan preferred it in T20 formats, shuffling more bowlers, especially in spin friendly conditions. And no chance for the fielder to stop that going for boundary. He's a proper batter. The moment he hit the ball, it hits the middle of the blade, and the rest will be taken care by the timing. Just pushing it for singles, not focusing on the onside, pretty much offside batting. He's a classy batter, Sunmaker, and good timer of the ball. We've seen him scoring centuries after centuries for India and Tamil Nadu. And his son name is Virat Kohli. That's the kind of passion cricketers used to have in Tamil Nadu. Steps out. Couldn't get much control over there. That's 39 for no loss. Turning out to be good over from Koti. Rangas Thangamaligai. With one more to complete this over, maintaining the run rate of 10 runs per over. Dot ball to end the over. 40 for no loss. That's high in the air and high and handsome as it goes out of the park. Hits the building over there. Tremendous stroke making from this man. Time after time, the way how he's improvising his game flow that he gets when he is going is quite impressive to watch it for Muttarasu. He can't be quiet for a long time without scoring sixer. That's the brand of cricket Muttarasu used it to apply. I was a little surprised to see him as an opener. That's clean bowled. This is what something called as getting carried away. The previous sixer made him to go for another shot. He didn't read the ball well. He got a bit of overconfidence and lost his wicket. Finally, Durai Raj brings in the breakthrough that the team is looking for. 46 for 1 opening combination does its job well. Muttarasu did his job well and he's walking back to the pavilion. Peter Surendra, and at number 3. That's high in the air. Fielders converging together. And that's a little bit of miscommunication. Koti drops the catch. That's why calling for the catch is pretty much important. Both of them were running closer to together. That creates a fear factor to go confident. Squeezes through the covers. The fielder chases down the ball. 2 is the call. Not running back for the second run. Will be much better. Peter Surendra must be careful with his stroke makings, as there is a set batter on the other side. All he have to do is to rotate the strike and give it back to Sunmaker. Is the call as they are running back for the second run. That gives the completion of this over, though this gets a wicket. They still needs to fight on to get into the game. 5 overs completed, 51 for 1. Plays it through the covers, and a long walk doesn't help the fielder as it reaches out the boundary row. So I've never seen such a slow and late boundary, but Sunmaker was pretty confident He have these calculations. The fielder is running at this speed, the ball is traveling with this speed, and it could eventually go for the boundary. He almost reached the spot but couldn't stop that going for boundary. Solidity comes into play. "56 for 1 it is with 3 more to complete this over. "57 for 1 with 1 more to complete this over. Steps out and finds the aerial route. Doesn't connect it well but lands in a no man's area where they could fetch a couple of runs on the board. 59 for 1. In fact, with 1 more to go. "60 for 1 it is. Sunmaker will be giving the strike back for the next over. "60 for 1 with Santosh, the new bowler, into the attack. Now the fielders will be expanded. Power play gets completed. Strong shouts and the fingers were going up. Surprising, but Santosh brings up the breakthrough. The change of bowler works well here for Kovai Thunders. The big fish is gone. Sunmaker, the batter, being dismissed. If one man could change the context of the game, that would be Sunmaker, as he's marching towards the pavilion. Huge breakthrough here for Kovai Thunders. 60 for 2. Gets off the mark with that single. Kishore, professional batter, takes his own time to settle down before going out for the aerial route. Not sure about Peter Surendra's mindset as a batter. So someone have to carry on with what Sunmaker left in this venue. The kind of run rate, the kind of rhythm they had, they shouldn't let it go out of the control. For that, Kishore or Surendra, any of these batters should take up the responsibility of going for big shots. Cuts it away as the fielders chasing down the ball. 2 is the call and they're running back for the second run. Excellent running between the wickets. As it turns out to be quite good under control. 65 for 2. Continues to bowl Subhash. Just cheeky one to get that single on, as these were easy pickings for the batters to rotate the strike.
கேமரா ஆஃப் ஆயிடுச்சுடா ஸ்ரீதர் உன் கேமரா ஆஃப் ஆயிடுச்சு.
We just want to complete this over. These misfields are actually easing out pressure. After the wicket of Sunmaker, the game got slowed down. The batters are finding it hard to score runs on the board. With a similar rhythm that Sunmaker have maintained, it's still vacant spaces on the onside. Huge gaps at the boundary ropes.
டிரான்ஸ்மிட்டர் பேட்டரி இல்லையா பேக்கப்பு?
pretty closer to the stumps. Mani Silva continues after bowl 16 runs off his first over. But those were different batters, these were different batters. The situation was different. So Mani Silva could create some impact in this over. That's hitting out the stumps. Clean ball it is. As Kishore tried to go for the big shot, couldn't get the elevation that he's looking for and walking his way in the middle to the dugout. Mani Silva came in with a breakthrough and the Kishore have to depart. "71 for 3 with Santosh Kumar, the skipper himself at number 5. The right spot where he would finish things off quickly. Gets off the mark straight away with that single. They should also focus on the run rate, since the team that finishes at the top of the table will get huge impact at the playoff stage. They could play 2 qualifier games. Even if they fail in the first match, they'll be given second opportunity. Even if they lost in qualifier 1, they'll be given one more chance to play at qualifier 2. But that won't be there for the rest of the sides. So winning matters, but winning with a good run rate matters the most. Keeping that in mind, Santosh Kumar should try finish this game before the 12th over or the completion of the 12th over. Clean bowled. Surprising to see this, as Mani Silva picks another one. Bit of desperate approach here from Peter Surendra that went in vain, as that turns out to be one more dismiss. A little bit of pressure here for Grand Galaxy Arielur. That's 73 for 4. "73 for 4 it is. Turning out to be a game-changing over from Mani Silva. And that brings a new batter into the crease, as that's high in the air. Will eventually find the boundary ropes. Boundary to end the over. "83 for 4. Vandavasi Surya with the ball.
கேமரா ஆஃப் பண்ணலாம்.
For just 20 odd required, as Arun Kumar and Santosh Kumar were trying to build the partnership to the next level.
ராஜ் பாலாஜி ரெடி.
Still more of attacking field positioning we could see on screen. Almost 5 fielders standing inside the 30th circle. That doesn't want to let the batters rotate the strike easily. If they want to score runs, let them score boundaries. That's the kind of mindset is here. Will be just a single. As things were quite good under control. Big shot. As that turns out to be a misfield and he eventually reaches out the boundary ropes. Lucky boundary again. This is turning out to be a wonderful score to watch out for. Beautiful pick of the gap. 2 is the call from the batters. And history repeats itself. One more misfield, one more boundary. Things are getting quick here as they've been marching towards the victory. This time there is a fielder in position and no mistakes done by the fielder. Will be just a single, and with that single just 13 more runs required to win the game, as it seems to be quite a bit pressure. Squeezes through the covers as the fielders are chasing down the ball. Couple of runs on the board. 96 for 4 after 11. One more to complete this over. Over the cow corner region. 2 fielders converging together. Only single to finish things off. That's 97 for 4. 10 more to win the game. In fact, 9 more to win the game, as it's 97, 106 is the target. Nine more to win the game. As simple as it could get. Santosh trying to use the full face of the bat. Vertical batting style. He have that big hitting abilities as well as soft hand batting display. Multi-dimensional batter as well as a good all-rounder Santosh Kumar. Oh, chance to pull it away or to cut it away. He doesn't want it to take a single. Seems like Santosh Kumar is planning to finish things off in this over. Finds the fielder at long off. Turns out to be just a single. Now it's just one shot away to level the total and 7 to win the game. Can Arun Kumar be able to finish things off in this over? That goes behind the wicket keeper. Will be fetching a single to Santosh Kumar. Now just one shot away, one maximum to finish things off for Grand Galaxy Ariyallur. Good bowling display here from Vairavan. Trying to control the batters from scoring runs on the board. As that's high in the air, fielders converging together. And that went on to be a maximum to finish things off. Beautiful effort from the fielder, but unfortunately results doesn't favour them. And with that maximum, Grand Galaxy Ariyallur are finishing things off. Tremendous stroke making that turns out to be. Won the toss, decided to bowl first. One more team that decided to bowl first and eventually made things possible. As this condition in TNPCL turning out to be a first bowling wicket. Chasing was really working well here. Most of the credits will be going to Sunmaker, who scored 38 runs of just 22 balls with 7 boundaries, who set the tone for the chase, 60 runs in 6 overs. And then the rest was carried out by Arun Kumar and Santosh Kumar. Muttarse have also batted well in the power play. But it's Raj Mahesh Pillai who picked up 3 wickets in the middle overs that set the tone and restricted Kovai Thunders for 105. Join us in the post-match presentation, and one more battle will be there for Grand Galaxy Ariyallur against Trichy. Both the winning sides will be facing off each other. Will be another interesting game to watch out for. Stay tuned with us.